Hey everybody, it's early mid-May, and that means we're right smack dab in the middle of May Madness, round one. And this matchup is one that could be interesting. You've got the Nasty Boy led 1990 Cincinnati Reds with their Nasty Boy bullpen against the reigning world champion 2015 Kansas City Royals with their trio of bullpen aces. So we'll see if it comes to that, or whether or not the starters will take care of that before it even gets to the bullpen. Starting pitchers for today will be Edison Volquez for the Royals and Jose Rijo for the Reds. So sit back and relax and enjoy round one. The 1990 Cincinnati Reds take on the 2015 Kansas City Royals. Okay, let's look at the starting lineups for today's game. Leading off for Cincinnati will be at shortstop Barry Larkin. Batting second will be the left fielder Billy Hatcher. Hitting third is right fielder Paul O'Neill. Hitting in the cleanup spot will be center fielder Eric Davis. Since we are using the DH, Hal Morris will be the designated hitter. And we have a kitty interruption here. Little Lucky Bobo. Lucky, it's not mouse time, it's Strat-O-Matic time. You need to get down. There you go. Here, take this. There you go. Okay. You think you can get a clean game in at home when you have the house to yourself, but sometimes kitties have other ideas. But I digress. Okay, Morris was the DH hitting fifth. We got Chris Sabo, the sixth place hitter, hitting third. We have Todd Benzinger at first base. He will hit seventh. Joe Oliver is the catcher. He will bat eighth. And Mariano Duncan is at second base, and he will bat ninth. And I am using the payoff pitch score sheet to score this because it gives me a nice place to put down their defensive ratings, their error ratings, their arm ratings, and their speed ratings without having to consult the cards, and that saves some time. So we'll get to the starting lineup for the Royals when they come to bat in the bottom of the first, but right now Barry Larkin will be taking on Edison Volquez, and I've got everything set up the way I like to play this game, which is the home pitcher here and the visiting lineup here, the visiting pitcher here with the home lineup here, visitors bullpen and bench here, home team's bullpen and bench here. And I've got my two charts that I'm going to need, the advanced fielding chart and then the runner advancement chart via stolen bases and also for hit and runs and bunts. So we're ready to go, and it's Barry Larkin. Barry Larkin will lead things off here against Edison Volquez as this round one game is now underway. It is a 5-9. So 5-9, we're under Volquez. 5-9 is a fly ball to left field. So start things off with Larkin flying to Alex Gordon in left for out number one, and that'll bring up the left fielder Billy Hatcher. Billy Hatcher. And the delivery is a 6-7, so we're still under Volquez's card. And a 6-7 is a ground ball second base X. And the second baseman in this game is Ben Zobrist. He is a number 3 rated second baseman. So we're going to go to the second base advanced defensive chart. He is a number 3, which is average, so we'll roll the D20. See if he makes the play. Whoops, got to keep it on the clipboard. That would help. He has a 6, so he did make the play, but barely. A number 3 rated. A number 6 is a ground ball A. Had it been a 2 through 4, it would have been a base hit. But in this case, Zobrist was able to make the play. And Hatcher grounds out 4-3 for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down for Volquez here in the top of the first, and that'll bring up right fielder Paul O'Neill. Paul O'Neill. It is a 6-7. So we're again under Volquez, the exact same roll because we had that roll last time, 6-7. So it's again a check on Ben Zobrist at second base. And the D20 roll this time is a 4, and so this time it will be a hit. Remember last time we said anything 2 through 4 would be a single. We got a 4 that time. It's just 1 star, but with nobody on base, that doesn't matter. Paul O'Neill will sneak a ground ball past Ben Zobrist for a base hit. and a 1-out single. And that brings up the dangerous Eric Davis, center fielder. He'll step up, 2 outs and O'Neill at first. It is a 4-8, and we're still off Volquez's card. 4-8 this time is a strikeout. So Eric Davis with the whiff. And nothing doing for the Reds. We played half an inning here in neutral field because there is no home field advantage here other than the last at bat. That's why there are no ballpark effects. It is Cincinnati nothing and Kansas City coming to bat. And Jose Rijo on the mound for the Reds, their ace. And let's look at the starting lineups for the Kansas City Royals. Leading off will be shortstop Alcides Escobar. Batting second is second baseman Ben Zobrist. Hitting third is center fielder Lorenzo Cain. Batting cleanup is the first baseman Eric Hosmer. Batting fifth is the designated hitter Kendrys Morales. Batting sixth is third baseman Mike Moustakas. Batting seventh and catching is Salvador Perez. Hitting eighth and playing left field is Alex Gordon. And batting ninth and playing right field is Alex Rios with, of course, Volquez on the mound. So we're ready to go. Alcides Escobar will give it a shot here against Jose Rijo. And the first pitch is a 4-11. So again, we're under the pitcher's card. We have not had a batter's card result yet. 4-11 is a ground ball first base C. So the C doesn't matter because the bases are empty. So it's Escobar cues one off the bat, squibs it down to Benzinger at first. He takes it to the bag himself. One away, and Ben Zobrist, the batter. He should be well warmed up after getting a couple of chances in the field. It is a 5-4, so we're still under the pitcher's cards. Ben Zobrist, a switch hitter, hitting left-handed. 5-4 is a chance for a home run. You can see there 1-4 for a home run, 5-20 for a double. And Ben Zobrist does have normal power against right-handed pitching. So a 1-4 will be a home run. Anything else will be a double. It is a 5. He just missed it. So it's a hit the top of the wall, and Ben Zobrist will settle for his double. So Ben Zobrist with a double. And that'll put him in scoring position for Lorenzo Cain. Lorenzo Cain, the batter. 1 out, runner in scoring position. See if we can get one off the batter's card this time. And we do, finally. It's a 3-8. 3-8 is a fly ball to left field. So Cain flies out to Hatcher in left for out number 2. So it's going to be up to Eric Hosmer to bring the run home. So Eric Hosmer steps to the plate. It's a 3-4. That was a 3. I clipped the thing there. It was a 3-4. 3-4 is a ground ball to short. So that's going to do it. Hosmer grounds to Larkin. After that double by Zobrist, nothing else. And after one complete from neutral field, it is Cincinnati nothing and Kansas City nothing. And Edinson Volquez back on the bump for his second inning of work, taking on the designated hitter Hal Morris. It's a 4-10, so we're under Volquez, 4-10. Fly ball left field B, but the B doesn't matter. So it's a fly ball to left for Alex Gordon to make the play. 2 down. That's how the top of the first started, was a fly to left, so the top of the second starts the same way. Here's Chris Sabo. Sabo, it's a 2-6, and that's going to be a walk. So Chris Sabo draws a 1-out walk. And that will bring up the first baseman, Todd Benzinger. Benzinger, switch hitter against Volquez. It is a 3-12. 3-12 against a righty is a split chance. 1-7 is a single. 8-20 is a double. Is a line out to second. So Zobrist gets another chance over there. It's a 13, so he makes the play. Zobrist was able to snare that. Keeps Sabo where he is. Could have been first and third otherwise, but it's going to just be a line out. And with 2 outs and 1 on, here's catcher Joe Oliver, number 8 hitter. And he rolls a 5-7, which is under Volquez. And that's a base hit. That's a single to center. No stars, but with Kane having a good arm, Kane's got a -2 rated arm, so Sabo's not going to risk it. Getting to third with 2 outs is not really that much better than second and 2 outs, so it's not worth the gamble. So he will stop at second. Runners at first and second, it's up to Mariano Duncan. So Mariano Duncan, 2 outs and 2 on. And it's a 2-11. A 2-11, well, he's got a 1 in 20 chance for a triple. Anything else is a fly out to Gordon. So unless he can roll a 1 on the D20, it's a fly out to Gordon. And it is a fly out to Gordon with an 18. So Alex Gordon with yet another put out. He's made 3 putouts in 2 innings. And there's no score for Cincinnati. They leave 2 on. After 1.5, still no score. And Jose Rijo back on the mound to face designated hitter Kendrys Morales. So Kendrys Morales to lead things off. And the pitch is a 4-7. So we're under Rijo against a left-handed batter. That is a walk. So Rijo walks Kendrys Morales to start the second. Had Morales been a right-handed hitter, that would have been a fly out to center. So see Rijo walks a few more lefties than he does righties, obviously, because a lot of walks on his left-handed hitting side card. He's got another lefty to face, Mike Moustakas now with the leadoff. Those leadoff walks can come back to haunt you. So here's Moustakas. It's a 4-2. 4-2, however, is a ground ball first base C. That means that the runner will advance as Benziger takes the bag himself for 1 away. But that does move Morales up to second base. Puts him in scoring position. It's a de facto sacrifice bunt. And that brings up Salvador Perez. Salvador Perez. It is a 3-11. 3-11 is another ground ball first base C. So again, grounder to Benziger, and that will move Morales up to third. But now there are 2 outs. 2 outs with Morales at third, and Alex Gordon will have an opportunity to see what he can do as I drop my dice. Okay, here we go. Alex Gordon, 2 outs, runner at third. It's a 4-9 against a lefty. It's a ground ball shortstop X, and Barry Larkin is a 1 on his shortstop rating, so that's obviously the best you can have. Here's the D20 roll. It's a 15, and I think that's good enough to make the play. Shortstop 115, yes it is, ground ball A. So Barry Larkin makes the play, and that's it for the Royals in the second. We've played 2 complete, and it's no score. And Barry Larkin, top of the order for the Reds, will lead off here in the top of the third. He flied to left his first time up. Here is the pitch. It's a 1-6. 1-6 is a ground ball to short. So he grounds out to Escobar for out number 1. As Edison Volquez is rolling along quite efficiently. Here is Billy Hatcher. He grounded to second his first time up. It's a 3-8 and a 3-8. Oh, he didn't ground this time. 3-8 is a triple 1-9 or a double 10-20. So he's going to be in scoring position one way or the other. The D20 roll is an 18, so that's a double for Billy Hatcher. So Billy Hatcher with a double. And that sets the table for Paul O'Neill and Eric Davis to possibly let the Reds get on the board first. Here's O'Neill. He singled his first time up. This is a 1-6. This time he strikes out. 1-6 is a strikeout, so Volquez bearing down, striking out Paul O'Neill for out number 2. And now that brings up Eric Davis, who struck out his first time up. So 2 outs, Hatcher at second. Here's Eric Davis, and with Hatcher's speed, any single will score him, unless it says specifically single star. Okay, 3-9. 3-9 for Eric Davis. That's going to do it. A double, most likely. The only chance he has at a single is a 20. But even then, it's a star. So the Reds will now take the lead. Let's make it official. It's a 13, so it's a double. Second double of the inning. And it's an RBI double for Eric Davis. And the Reds jump on the board 1-0 behind those back-to-back doubles. Here's Hal Morris. Morris, a 4-8. 4-8 against a left-hander is a ground ball to second to end the inning. So the Reds are done here in the top of the third, but they do pick up a run. And we go to the bottom of the third with the score, Cincinnati 1 and Kansas City 0. Jose Rijo back on the mound with a 1-0 lead, facing the number 9 hitter, Alex Rios. So you got Rijo against Rios. 5-8. 5-8 for Rijo is a fly ball to right. So Alex Rios flies to right off of Rijo. And now we're back to the top of the order. And Alcides Escobar, he grounded to first his first time up. Little cue shot down to Benzinger. This time around, it is a 1-3. 1-3, he's going to pop it up to Chris Sabo at third. So it's a pop up to Sabo. We're out number 2, and that'll bring up Ben Zobrist. He hit the double his first time up and was stranded. He's gotten the only hit so far for the Royals. It's a 6-12. 6-12 is going to be a walk. 6-12 is a walk against lefties. Again, had he been facing a righty, it would have been a ground out, but since he's facing a lefty, it is a walk. So a 2-out walk probably won't hurt him, but you never know. Lorenzo Cain's the batter. He flied to left his first time up. Lorenzo Cain against Rijo. It's a 2-4. 2-4 is a pop out to short. Again, since we're not using ballpark effects, it's simply a pop out to Barry Larkin. And the inning is over. After 3 complete, it is Cincinnati 1 and Kansas City 0. And as we start the top of the fourth, I am in my backup chair, as my main chair is currently occupied by a certain feline here who has a lazy Saturday morning. So now we'll get going as I readjust to a new chair. Chris Sabo will start things off. He walked his first time up. It's a 5-4 against Volquez. 5-4 is a ground ball to third base X. Mike Moustakas is a number 2 rated fielder. So we will roll the D20 and see what happens off of a 2. The roll is a 17. 17, third base, number 2, 17, ground ball A. So that will do it. It's a 5-3 grounder for Sabo for 1 away. And that now will bring up Todd Benzinger. Benzinger, the batter. It is a 1-6. 1-6 for Benzinger against a righty is a strikeout. So Benzinger with the K for out number 2. And that brings up Joe Oliver. Joe Oliver. 2 outs and bases empty. 4-3 off of Volquez. Fly ball right field X. That's Alex Rios. He's a number 3 rated outfielder. So we'll flip over to the outfielder side of the advanced fielding chart and see what he can do as a number 3 rated fielder. So let's see, with the runner with nobody on, let's see if they can get something going here. He's a 3 rated fielder. Whoops, let's roll this and keep it on the clipboard. It's a 17. I think the first roll was an 18, so it's about the 6 1/2 dozen the other. 17 is a fly ball A, so the play was made by Rios in right field. And just like that, the Reds are gone in order. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Score is still Cincinnati 1 and Kansas City 0, as Rijo is rolling along. And of course, there will be short leashes for both starters, as the bullpens are so dominant. They're not going to want to get behind in this game. But right now, Rijo is in control. He'll be facing Hosmer, who grounded to short his first time up. It's a 3-7. 3-7 is a fly ball to center. So Hosmer, 1 away. Wish I could draw my 8s better, but that's just the way it came out. Okay, Kendrys Morales, the designated hitter, he walked his first time up and was stranded at third base. It's a 5-9. 5-9 against Rijo is a strikeout. He has not gotten to his point of weakness here just in the 4th inning, so that strikeout will stand. 2 down for third baseman Mike Moustakas. Moustakas grounded to Benziger his first time up at first base. And Moustakas at 6'8", 6'8" against a lefty is a fly ball. I'm sorry, it's fly ball to center field. I thought it was a strikeout at first. 6'8", not 6'9". 6'8" is a fly to center. And just like that, and maybe my 8 was a little bit better that time. Just like that, the Royals are gone in the 4th. We go to the 5th. Still Cincinnati 1 and Kansas City nothing. And Edison Volquez back on the hill facing Mariano Duncan to lead things off, a number 9 hitter. He flied to left his first time up. It's a 5-8. 5-8 is a strikeout, as Volquez will not reach his point of weakness until the 6th or after 6. And even then, pitching the way he is pitching, he could probably extend himself. So here's Barry Larkin, but with the bullpen the Royals have, why would you? Here's Barry Larkin. Larkin is 0 for 2. 111. 111. He's 0 for 3 now on a fly to right to Rijos. So he's 0 for 3. One of the keys to beating the Reds, obviously, is keeping Barry Larkin off the base so that the big hitters don't have anybody to drive in. Here's another guy to keep off the base, Billy Hatcher. He doubled and scored his last time up for the only run of the game. It's 5-11. 5-11's a ground ball to third baseman Moustakas, and the inning's over. 5-3 put out, and that will do it for the Reds. In fact, Volquez has retired the last 7 batters he has faced after giving up those back-to-back doubles. We go to the bottom of the 5th, still 1-0 Cincinnati. Jose Rijo on the mound, still only giving up 1 hit through 4 innings. He has walked 2. Here is Salvador Perez to lead things off, 6-5. And that's a strikeout. So second strikeout for Rijo to go with 2 walks. So he's 2-2. And that'll bring up Alex Gordon. He grounded to short his first time up, as the Royals can't seem to solve Jose Rijo other than Ben Zobrist. It's a 6-6. 6-6 is a walk. So again, a walk. Number 3, third walk in 5 innings, or less than 5 innings for Rijo. So he is a little bit wild here. That'll bring up the number 9 hitter, Alex Rios. And Gordon's a D stealer, so we're not even going to think about trying to steal here. They're not that desperate just yet. All right, here is Rios. It's a 1-8. 1-8 for Rios. That's a single to left field. Second hit of the game for the Royals. But Gordon will have to stop at second base with the play in front of him. And now, with 2 on and 1 out, we're back to the top of the order. And Escobar, he's 0 for 2. As the Royals try to get something going here in the 5th. It's 4-7. 4-7 is a ground ball second base X. That's Mariano Duncan. He is a 3-rated second baseman. So we'll see what happens here. A 3-rated second baseman. Let's keep this on the clipboard if we can. It's an 11. An 11. So I think that might be in the error range. Let's check here. It is 8 to 12. Means you go towards the error rating. Duncan's error rating is 24, which is not that good. So E24 for second baseman. You're looking at it right here. Anything 2 to 7 is an error. Anything 8 to 12, it's a ground ball A, and we've got a double play to end the inning. So it's a big roll here for D20. For the Reds, they need that 2 to 7. I'm sorry, they need the 8 to 12. The Royals need a 2 to 7. It's a 3, so it is an error. That will be a 1-base error. Now, a run will not score, but it does keep the inning from ending on a double play. So we've got an E4 on Mariano Duncan. And that will load the bases with 1 out. And we'll give Duncan, where is he? We'll give him a little E here for an error. All right. Bases loaded. And who comes up but Ben Zobrist? He's reached base twice with a double and a walk. Reds need a double play or strikeout. Here is Zobrist against Rijo. It's a 4-7, so we are off of Rijo, but it's a walk. 4-7 is a walk. He has walked the bases loaded, or he's walked in a run, I should say. If he was facing a right-hander, it would have been a sac fly, but this is a walk that's going to bring in a run. So, second walk for Zobrist, and that will bring in the tying run. And the bases are still loaded with only one out for Lorenzo Cain. And now the Reds bullpen is beginning to stir. One of the nasty boys, lefty Norm Charlton, is loosening in the Reds bullpen as we're going to get down to Hosmer and Moustakas coming up here. So Rijo, if he doesn't get out of this, could be an early exit for him. Here's Cain, bases loaded, still only one out. It's a 1-9. And a 190 hitting. So uncharacteristically wild here for Rijo. He has just plunked Lorenzo Cain to force in another run. It is now a 2-0 ball game, and the bases are still loaded for Eric Hosmer. And Lou Piniella doesn't like what he sees here. He's going to make the call to nasty boy Norm Charlton, because this is one and done in this tournament. So he can't take any more chances with Rijo being wild like this. He's your ace, but you got to go do what you got to do here and play matchups. As you can see in the past, Rijo has had trouble with lefties. So we'll come right back after to check on this pitching change, with the score right now being Kansas City 2 and Cincinnati 1. Okay, we're back, and Rijo has pitched 4 1/3 innings, given up only 2 hits, but he's walked 4, and he's also hit a batter, so his control has left him. Can't close the book on him yet because of the fact that the runners on base are his responsibility. And relief pitcher lefty Norm Charlton is in, and he will be facing the left-hander Hosmer with the bases loaded and still only one out. So let's see if Charlton can get out of this. Here's the pitch to Hosmer. It's a 6-6, so we are under Charlton. 6-6 against a lefty is a strikeout, so he did it. He got one out that he needed without any runners advancing. So now there are 2 outs, and the bases are still loaded for switch hitter Kendrys Morales. So if Charlton can get out of this, he will certainly earn his pay for the day. Here is the pitch. It's a 4-7, so we're still under Charlton, but this time against a righty, and he strikes him out. So Charlton comes in and strikes out Hosmer and Morales to end the threat, and we can close the book on Rijo now with the 2 runs allowed. All were earned, even though because the error did not extend an inning or allow any runners to score that would not have scored already. So with that, we go to the 6th inning with the score Kansas City 2 and Cincinnati 1. And Edison Volquez now given a 1-run lead to protect. And you can bet that Kansas City bullpen will be in high gear very shortly. Kelvin Herrera is soft tossing down there to get ready. So here is Paul O'Neill. He will start things off here in the top of the 6th. He's 1 for 2. It's a 5-6 against Volquez, who's a lefty. 5-6 is a strikeout against a left-handed batter. He struck him out. So Volquez energized by that run support there. And O'Neill, whoops, that's only the first out. Got ahead of myself. O'Neill is struck out for the 2nd time in a row. That'll bring up Eric Davis, who had the RBI double his last time up. This is a 3-4. 3-4 is a ground ball to Moustakas at 3rd for out number 2. His 3rd column is loaded with hits, but he found an out. So it's a ground ball to Moustakas for the 2nd out. And 2-out space is empty for Hal Morris against Volquez. Morris, 5-5 against Volquez as a fly ball to center field. And just like that, the inning's over. So Edison Volquez has now retired 10 batters in a row since that double by Eric Davis. He has been rolling. He has struck out 3 and not given up any hits in the last 3 innings. So we go to the bottom of the 6th. Score still Kansas City 2, Cincinnati 1. And Norm Charlton's still in there. against Mike Moustakas, and why wouldn't he be? Struck out the only 2 batters he's faced. Rob Dibble would be next in line, but the way Charlton's going, you might as well leave him in there. So here's Moustakas against Charlton. Oh, let's see what this was. This was a 1, so it's a 1-6 for Moustakas against a lefty. He lines out to third base. So Moustakas lines out to Sabo for out number 1. And that'll bring up catcher Salvador Perez. Salvador Perez against Charlton. It's a 1-7. 1-7's a ground ball to short. So ground ball to Sabo. I'm sorry, to Larkin for out number 2. Quickly 2 up, 2 down. And that will bring up Alex Gordon. He started the whole mess last inning by walking. It's a 4-9 against Charlton. 4-9. He got a double. He found a double off of Charlton's card. So it's a double for Alex Gordon, a 2-out double. But a double either way. He's in scoring position now for Alex Rios. And now Rob Dibble is loosening in the Cincinnati bullpen. And Kelvin Herrera is loosening in the Kansas City bullpen. Just in case. Although the way the Volquez is pitching, you'd hate to take him out right now. All right, here's Rios. It's a 6-9. 6-9 against a right-hander is a walk. So he has walked Alex Rios. And now that might be with Escobar coming up. I think they're going to turn to Rob Dibble here. It looks like Lou Piniella is on the top step of the dugout. And he's making the call to the bullpen. So that's going to do it for Norm Charlton. He certainly did his job last inning and 2/3 of this inning. So he will exit, and Rob Dibble, hard-throwing right-hander, will be coming in. And you can see on his card is loaded with strikeouts. So there could be a strikeout fest here if the dice work out in his favor. But right now, we'll take a break as we get ready to set up this at-bat between Alcides Escobar and Rob Dibble, and we close the book, or not close the book, but put the results on Norm Charlton. Okay, so Norm Charlton, went an inning and a third, gave up a hit, walked 1, struck out 2. The 2 runners on base are his responsibility, so if Dibble allows either of those runners to score, it will be charged to Charlton. So 2 outs, 2 on, runners at first and second. Alcides Escobar facing Rob Dibble. It's a 6-7, and that's one of the strikeouts. So Rob Dibble comes in and puts the kibosh on a potential rally. And now we can close the book on Charlton. He gave up no runs. So after 6 complete, pitching duel as expected. Kansas City 2, Cincinnati 1. And Edinson Volquez, his point of weakness, or his time of being tired, is after 6 innings, and we're in the 7th. And you know the drill with Kansas City and their ball games. They have the three-headed monster. So they're going to go ahead and go to the first head of that three-headed monster and bring in Kelvin Herrera. Ned Yost has given a big handshake to Edinson Volquez, and he will turn it over to his bullpen, Kelvin Herrera. And we'll close the book on Volquez and come back with Herrera in just a moment. Okay, Ned Yost got all he could ask for out of Edinson Volquez. 6 innings pitched, 4 hits, 1 run, walked 1, struck out 5, and now to turn it over to the bullpen, it'll be Kelvin Herrera, and he will be starting off facing Chris Sabo to start the 7th in a 2-1 ball game that he's trying to protect. Here's Sabo with 6-6. 6-6 is a single, so Sabo has found a base hit here in the midst of all these outs. Sabo found a single to lead things off. So we've got a leadoff single, and that'll bring up Todd Benzinger. And Wade Davis is loosening in the Royal bullpen, as they're not going to give Herrera a long leash either. So here's Benzinger. It's a 4-7. 4-7 is a walk. So 2 runners are on for Cincinnati here in the 7th. And that'll bring up the 8th place hitter, Joe Oliver. He is a B bunter, but you never know how they're going to play this. I think they're going to go ahead and bunt. The B bunter, but with Kansas City expecting it, we go to the C bunting range on a sacrifice. So we're going to go to the advanced chart, sacrifice, C bunter, and roll 2 dice and check the column there and see what happens. He is bunting out of the C block. It's a 4, so a C number 4. Batter is thrown up by pitcher, runners advance 1 base. So it's a successful sacrifice. Goes 1-4 on the sacrifice hit. 1-4. And that will move the runners into scoring position at second and third with 1 out from Mariano Duncan. But Duncan may be called back here. Let's see if the Reds might want to go to their bench for a lefty pinch hitter. And let's see who they might turn to here. They're going to go to Bill Doran. So Bill Doran, former Astro, will come in, and he will also take over at second base once he finishes his at-bat. So he's pinch hitting here in the 7th, and then will take over at second base. He is a 3 rated, and his error rating is a 10, and his speed rating is a 15. Okay, so big at bat here. The Royals have brought the infield in because they want to cut off that run if possible. Billy Doran steps in, pinch hitting against Herrera, who has struggled so far out of the gate. Here's the pitch. It's a 1-10 for Doran, and he's done it. Bill Doran is going to bring home both runs. 1-18 for a double, and 19-20 is a single. It's a 7, so it's a double. So it's a pinch hit double for Bill Doran, as Chris Berman used to call him, Bill Duran Doran for Duran Duran. It's a 2-run double, and he was hungry like the wolf on that base hit. To bring in the lead runs is now a 3-2 ball game, and Kelvin Herrera just did not have it today for the Royals. He is gone, and Wade Davis has been brought in. So Ned Yost will be second guessed for pulling Volquez, and Herrera he got a third of an inning mercifully because of the sacrifice bunt. Other than that, he's given up 2 hits, 2 runs, but he is responsible for Doran, and he had a walk. So we can't close the book yet. It's either going to be 2 runs or 3 runs, depending on what happens here. We're back to the top of the order, and Barry Larkin. So Lou Piniella pulled the right lever on that one with Bill Doran. And now here is Barry Larkin. Reds leading 3-2 against Wade Davis. It's a 5-9. 5-9 is a strikeout. So a big strikeout for Wade Davis for out number 2. And that brings up Billy Hatcher. It is a 2-8 for Billy Hatcher. And a 2-8 is a ground ball to Moustakas at third to end the inning. But the damage is done. And we go to the 7th inning stretch with the score now, Cincinnati 3 and Kansas City 2. Okay, Rob Dibble beginning the next inning will be facing Ben Zobrist, who has reached base all 3 times, a double and 2 walks. And he's going to need to get something going here for the Royals. Closed the book on Herrera, a third of an inning, 2 hits, 2 runs all earned, walked 1, didn't strike anybody out. Wade Davis kept him from giving up anything more. And Bill Doran is in at second base, as mentioned earlier. Here's Zobrist. It's a 1-7. 1-7 is a pop out to Barry Larkin. So Ben Zobrist pops up to Barry Larkin for out number 1. And now that will bring up Lorenzo Cain, as the Royals are starting to feel a little pressure here as the innings are running out. Here's Dibble to Cain. It's a 1-9. 1-9, he got hit by the pitch. So second Royals batter to be plunked in this game, and it's been Cain twice. That is the second time he has gotten hit by a pitch. He got hit by Rijo in the 5th, and he's now gotten hit by Dibble in the 7th, and I'm sure that didn't feel good getting hit by Dibble. And that'll bring up Eric Hosmer, lefty. Hosmer, it's a 4-12 against Dibble. That is a strikeout. So Dibble Strikes out Hosmer for out number 2, and now we're up to Kendrys Morales. Morales has struck out his last 2 times up. Let's see what he can do against Dibble. It is a 6-12, and 6-12 against a lefty is a strikeout. So Dibble, very nasty as a nasty boy. And we have completed 7 innings of play with the score Cincinnati 3, Kansas City 2. And Wade Davis out for his 2nd inning, or to begin the 8th. He's only faced 2 batters so far, so he's going to be facing Paul O'Neill, Eric Davis, and Hal Morris, the heart of the order. It is a 2-7 for O'Neill, and that is a potential double here. We've got a 1-5 for a double. 6-20 is a single. So let's check the D20. It is an 18, so it's merely a single, but it's a leadoff single for Paul O'Neill. And the Reds may have something going here in the 8th. So here we go. Here's Eric Davis against Wade Davis. Davis against Davis. It is a 6-5. 6-5 is a strikeout. So Wade strikes out Eric for out number 1. And that'll bring up Hal Morris. Hal Morris. Here's the pitch. It's a 4-8. 4-8 is another strikeout. So Wade Davis, trying to match Rob Dibble with the strikeouts here, has done so with 2 in a row. 2 outs, and here's Chris Sabo. Chris Sabo. It is a 3-6 for Sabo, and he flies out to the left fielder Alex Gordon to end the inning. So the leadoff single does not turn into anything. We go to the bottom of the 8th with the score still Cincinnati 3 and Kansas City 2. And Rob Dibble has pitched an inning and a third, so he's going to get a chance to pitch maybe a little bit more. Randy Myers, the nasty boy closer, is in the bullpen. So they could go to him for a 2-inning save if they thought they could do it. Bottom of the order coming up. And you know what? They're going to do it. They're going to turn now to Randy Myers. Randy Myers, the nastiest of the nasty boys. Randy Myers is going to come in facing lefty Moustakas to start the bottom of the 8th. For Dibble, he pitched an inning and a third, struck out 3. He did hit a batter, but he didn't give up any hits or runs. So Randy Myers is on to face Mike Moustakas to start the bottom of the 8th. It is a 3-8. 3-8 against a lefty is a single. So he found it. Moustakas found a single to start the inning. Royals not giving up yet. Here is Salvador Perez. Salvador Perez. And Greg Holland is loosening in the Kansas City bullpen to pitch the 9th if needed. Here is 1-6. So it's a 1-6 for Perez against a lefty. He flies to center. So a fly out to Eric Davis in center field for 1 out. And that'll bring up Alex Gordon. Lefty on lefty matchup against Randy Myers. It's a 6-7. 6-7 is a walk. So Randy Myers walks Alex Gordon. Reds pitching has walked a lot of batters in this game, and that in the past, in the 5th inning, came back to haunt them. We'll see if it holds true to form now as Alex Rios comes to the plate. Alex Rios stepping up. 2 on, 2 out. I'm sorry, 2 on, 1 out against Randy Myers. It's a 2-7. And a 2-7 is a ground ball to shortstop A, which is a double play. 6-4-3 double play. Just what the doctor ordered if you're Randy Myers. And the inning is over. So we go to the 9th with the score still Cincinnati 3, Kansas City 2. Okay, Greg Holland is now in the ball game, and we close the book on Wade Davis. He pitched an inning and 2/3, gave up 1 hit, nothing else. He did strike out 3. And he got the Royals out of a further jam in the 7th that they could have been in. So he will start off the 9th facing Todd Benziger, trying to keep things close for his team. So Benzinger steps to the plate. He's 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. It's a 6-8. 6-8 against Holland is a strikeout. So Holland starts out very nicely with a strikeout. And that'll bring up Joe Oliver, and it's not to be overlooked. His sacrifice bunt, even though he was reduced to a C bunt rating, his sacrifice bunt was a big play in that game. Had he gotten an out there, that may have turned the tide. So here's Oliver against Holland. 6-6. 6-6 is a strikeout. So Greg Holland has struck out the first 2 he has faced. And that'll bring up the number 9 hitter, Bill Doran. Bill Doran, he's the one that had that pinch hit double. That big pinch hit double, which is the difference in the game right now. It's a 112. A 112 is a fly out to center field. And the inning is over. So Holland, an uneventful top of the 9th. And we go to the bottom of the 9th. Last chance for the Royals. It is Cincinnati 3, Kansas City 2. Randy Myers on to try to finish things off. Top of the order for the Royals, it'll be Escobar, Zobrist, and Kane against Randy Myers. So Myers got that double play his last inning to really help him out. 2-9 for Escobar. 2-9's a ground ball to short. So there's one of the outs he needs. 2 outs away from advancing, but now here's Ben Zobrist, who has been really the only offensive threat for the Royals, although Gordon did hit the double one time, but Gordon's been the one who's been getting on base. Here's the pitch. It's a 5-10, all 5s. 5-10 against a righty is a fly ball to right field. So Myers 1 out away, and it's going to be Lorenzo Cain, who's been hit by the pitch the last 2 times at bat. So he may be a little squeamish up there facing Randy Myers. It's been hit by Rijo, been hit by Dibble. So here's Randy Myers. Last chance for the Royals. It is a 110, and a 110 is a fly ball to left field. Had we been using the ballpark effects, there would have been a chance for a home run, but since it's neutral field, it's simply a fly ball to left. Ball game is over, and the Cincinnati Reds of 1990 have dethroned the current world champion Kansas City Royals by the final score of 3-2 in a thriller. And they move on in the Sweet 16. And Kansas City is 1 and done. We'll wrap up the totals in just a moment. Okay, we'll wrap it up from here. The winning pitcher was Rob Dibble in relief. He pitched an inning and a third and struck out 3 of the 5 batters he faced. He also hit a batter. Randy Myers went 2 innings to get his save. And the losing pitcher was Kelvin Herrera. He came in and just did not have it. And second guessers will be looking to Ned Yost about taking out Edison Volquez after 6 and going to his prescribed 3-headed monster. But the first head of that monster failed, and that did the Royals in. Totals on the game: Cincinnati 3 runs, 7 hits, 1 error. They left 6 on base. Kansas City 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors, and they left 9 on base. And with that victory, the Cincinnati Reds will join the 1975 Cincinnati Reds. So both Cincinnati teams advance, and this Cincinnati Reds team will take on the winner of the game between the 1991 Atlanta Braves and the 1977 New York Yankees in the Sweet 16. That's going to do it from here. Hope everybody has a great day. Hope everybody enjoyed that game. Certainly was a close one. But in the end, the nasty boys from the Reds outdueled the 3-headed monster from the Royals, and that proved to be enough for a 3-2 victory. So long, everybody.